Dahboo7. We have a Pennsylvania appeals court tossing a Trump lawsuit. Now, this is setting the stage for a Supreme Court showdown. They're saying that in this instance, they're looking at a 6-3 favor in terms of the conservative majority that can overturn the results of the election. Now, if you want to go over to the controlled mainstream media, they're constantly telling you a bunch of fraudulent stuff that is just not right, trying to say there's no evidence, and a lot of the stuff that we know for a fact that there is. There's video proof of this. People are on video tearing up ballots, burning ballots. That right there is evidence. Don't let the box in your living room tell you any different. It's going to tell you whatever, but it's up to you to use discernment to weed out the truth and to pitch the lies to the side in terms of all this. Because obviously they're using the TV as nothing but a propaganda machine to fill the people's heads and to use them to run them against each other in a prime time to do it here in an election. Well, in this instance, they're saying that the case may not get taken up by the Supreme Court because of lack of evidence, and that's coming from the mainstream outlets. And I say that that's complete garbage. You know there's proof. We see them burning ballots, dumping ballots. All that is proof and evidence right there. If your eyes can see it, so can a judge's. And they see it one time, it shows there was fraudulent stuff happening. So we can go on and on about the nature of the elections or selections. But in this instance, something is not right here in the open. We have fraudulent activity on video, and this has to be taken to a court and hashed out regardless, in my opinion. So we'll see where this goes from here. This is the latest in terms of setting this whole thing up in a Supreme Court showdown. Make sure to join me over here on D Live. On live exclusively Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, when the gloves come off, talking about everything they want to censor on all these other platforms. You'll find links below. Much love. Were you recently introduced?
Shalom. Foremost, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadash. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike teach 100% true. Shalom, Barakatham to them. And double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike teach 100% true. Shalom, Barakatham. Foremost, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadash. That was relating to Dahboo7, relating to the Pennsylvania election, relating to going to the Supreme Court to be challenged. Going to a few scriptures. This is going to Mark. This is Mark 3:20. I want to read Mark 3:24 through 27. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. 25. And if the house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. Number 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. And pretty much that division relating to itself. The Egyptian versus the Egyptian, the Democrats versus the Republicans, the plebeians and the patricians, relating to back in ancient Roman time, Shalakia. So the kingdom itself is dividing. You know what I mean? So, and relating to perfect examples, these elections, man. You know. And number 27, no man can enter a strong man's house unless you bind him, unless you contain that strong man, so you can take his goods. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fulfill your objective as far as taking his goods, man. And that strong man represents the one who's in power, man. You know what I mean? So you're trying to take power from him. You're trying to take his, relating to his rulership, his reign, and his dominance, man. I'm gonna go to Matthew's 20. Go to Matthew's number 12. Matthew's 12 and 25 and 26. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city of the house divided against itself, it shall not stand. And that's what's happening, man. The fabric, pretty much the structure of the society and the rulership of society is beginning to crack right in the middle, man. So it's beginning to fall apart, man. Both sides are not, for example, both sides are not be able to work together to find common ground. You know what I mean? So that division is among both sides, which ultimately is going to affect the overall objective, which is in this case, you know, from a political aspect, the interests of the people. So you're going to have that division. Which ultimately leads to the demise of the collectively, a whole. Number 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So Satan against Satan, power versus power, man. There's another video I'm looking at where China is warning UK, United States, and some other nation about meddling in this affair. So that division is among these nations, kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Matthew 24, Luke 21, Mark 13, which is very, very obvious verses in the Bible, scripture, that's pretty much going on in society, man. So that division between these nations, that division against these kingdoms is going against kingdoms, man. Yeah, this was just something short relating to that Dahboo7 video, relating to that election. You know what I mean? Setting the stage to go to the Supreme Court to be challenged, relating to the pretty much, I guess, the recounts and possible fraudulent relating to these the election ballots. That being said, I hope it helped whoever listened. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yashah Bashem, Rakadash, Shalom.